that's what
Thanks, guys.
I want to do that one time where we all get dressed up
nice
in suits in black and show up to something. That's one of my what do you call it? My bucket list items.
You know, looking dapper at an event.
Right, just to like show up to some meeting. We're all a bunch of government employees are there, just showing up, and we're all in black suits and ties.
You have a nice suit. You get the 1950s G-Man thing going on. So.
Yes, this is the Blues Brothers, man. I went to the Jim Belushi event tonight, and
oh, that's cool. I love the Blues Brothers, man. Especially
I got his autograph. Look.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. I like the nun. Remember the nun in the Blues Brothers? The Catholic nun?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I don't know if you want to see the photos. I could put them up if you want.
Go ahead.
Here, I'll okay.
Later, guys. I'm gonna jump out. Take care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just see this and then we'll shut her down.
Okay. Yeah, Bernie, put it on up and I'll scroll through them for you.
There we go.
He mentioned the Blues Brothers. So this is, let me see. Yeah, I'll just do that. That's easier. I was able to go to San Francisco. So this, and I went to Cafe Trieste and City Lights Bookstore and Jack Kerouac Alley. So this is City Lights. So, you know, Jack Sarfati, right? He's always talking about these guys.
Oh, yeah.
So City Lights Bookstore right here was started by Lawrence Ferlinghetti, who's like a Nobel poet laureate, I guess. And then this is Jack Kerouac Alley. I was there with Jared. We took selfies because what else do you do?
That's awesome.
And then, so this is in the bookstore. I'm just scrolling through real quick. This is the Cafe Trieste that Jack was always talking about. And so that's, I just wanted to show you. But the downside to this, I'll stop sharing real quick. The thing that got me was I thought that this would be like really high-end touristy, you know? And I was really bummed out. So that North Beach area is like really kind of going downhill. Like, I mean, there's a lot of history to it, right? It's a cool little coffee shop. It's a cool little bookstore, but like that area is not like high end. You know what I mean?
Not
like
safe anymore.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
It's the cities was hurt very much economically by COVID. It really took a hit. And part of the problem was that when people started working from home, all of a sudden the people, why spend like a 1-bedroom apartment in San Francisco? The median price is $3,100. Okay?
Yeah.
San Jose, for example, which is is in the heart of Silicon Valley, is like $2,600. So it's like $500 just to be in San Jose than it is to be. But in $3,100 rent range, there's no way in hell you'll buy property there. Even if you're a millionaire, you can't afford to buy a house. Okay.
I noticed a couple of things while we were there. And we used the map tool, right? Like the driving map, you know, the navigation. We use that to get there. So one thing was North Beach is kind of older, right? And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful area. Like, and it reminds me of like a lot of Seattle and even Bellingham, right? In the area where I live. So these are all like, in a weird way, I felt right at home being there because it was like, oh my God, this is totally like Bellingham where I grew up. But like the two things that jumped out at me were, you have to go through downtown to get there, I guess, or at least that's the way that it sent us. And that downtown, their traffic is hosed. I mean, it's bad. And so I had this feeling that like the growth in the urban center made it really difficult to get there. And that might be one reason it's run down. And then the other part that got me was the difference between like Bellingham and it's like, I mean, pardon my French, but it's asses and elbows. I mean, like there were no parking spots anywhere, just on the road. I mean, none. Like we drove around for like half an hour. We're just driving around, driving around, driving around. Finally, somebody pulls out, and we're like, "Oh, you grab that one." I mean, and this is not the nice part of town, right? This is kind
Yeah.
of run down, and
Well,
it was just like,
next time you come, let me know, and I'll tell you where the really where the public housing is, but the parking is free. Okay, and I know because see, I go to the government, like I told you, I see the California Public Utility Commission. They're right in the middle. They're like across from City Hall. Okay, and so, but I have to park there for the whole day. I don't park near the downtown. I go all the way out to where the public housing is, and I park there.
are
Okay.
you in
But like
the
the key is you got to make sure you don't park on a street that has street sweeping going on that day, or your car will get towed.
Michael? Are you in the Bay Area? I thought you were
Well,
down south.
I live in Santa Cruz, which is north the north end of the Monterey Bay, not the San Francisco Bay.
Okay, yeah. Well,
So,
that's not as crowded though. That's out
so
near Silomar, right?
it's about 70. I think it's like 70 miles to San
Yeah.
Francisco from where I am. So I can drive there, but like I said, parking is a racket. Literally, it's a racket. One time my car got towed, and my friend used to be a cab driver, and he said, just wait a month and go to the auction. And I go, auction? What auction? He goes, oh, well, they sell your car. After 30 days, they sell your car. Okay. And you can go buy it at the auction. So I did. And I bought my car back for like $200 at the auction. I mean, they broke in the window to get in, and I'm
Yeah,
just
I
saying
mean,
it's a racket.
well, we went out to Asilomar, so we were out near Monterey, but that area out there,
Oh,
right?
Silmar, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's like it's not as dense. The San Francisco, what got me about that was it felt
Oh,
overgrown. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like I
well,
don't
the
know what
thing
you if
about
you.
San Francisco is so what's going on is it's lost its economic heart. What happened in the other thing that I didn't really talk about when COVID hit, all these people that were working in these high-rise buildings in San Francisco, they decided they didn't want to work there anymore, and they
Okay.
left. Okay, and then the whole neighborhoods just started going down. More drugs, more houseless people living on the streets, and like big companies like Twitter packed up their bags and left. Some of the big shopping, a bunch of the stores, like big chain stores, they started shutting down because of all the theft in the stores, and they had to have so much security. They were losing money, but and so now there's like over 50% vacancy rate in the commercial real estate. So they got all these empty
Interesting.
office
Okay.
buildings. Okay, and they're not lowering the rents. Obviously, if it's $3,100 a month, it hasn't passed on. So the tax base is going. So when those companies go and the more affluent part of the population goes away, the tax base is gone. So
Yeah.
now they don't have the money to do the basic stuff, right? So it's a
Well, and
vicious circle. Now they just got a new mayor though, who's like business person. So they may turn it around. I hope so.
it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, and I don't mean to sound critical. It was for me, it was kind of a trip because again, I grew up in the Bellingham area, and these were like I really felt this comparison. It's like Bellingham. For anybody who's been through Bellingham, it was like Bellingham, Seattle, San Francisco. I was like, there's a commonality there. Bellingham doesn't have the high rises, of course, but they were all built in the same time period. They're all built around the coast. They're all kind of these cowboy cities from the, I'm like.
So in 74, my older brother Francis was living on Ashbury Street. And I could walk, it was like 2 blocks up from Haight, where Haight Street.
Okay, yeah.
In Ashbury, right? And this is like right after the summer. 68 was like the summer of love. It was like hippies everywhere, but it wasn't run down. I remember going by like the Jefferson Airplane House, and it was all blue, purple and everything. These old Victorians, they would paint them up with all these different colors and stuff. I remember, seeing all that stuff, and it was like beautiful. It was a whole different vibe. But now you go there, and that vibe is gone. It's not.
If I'm able to go back, I'll hit Haight-Ashbury. I'll get some photos. I mean,
so it's been fun, guys. I appreciate your invite. So
for sure. And yes, sorry, I got to shut it down as I'm running late to go pick up a friend from the airport. But I love all of
thanks
you.
for having me on, man.
And we got to do this again. It's been far too long, so I will.
Yeah, send me a link and a random link like you did. That's cool.
Absolutely.
I like stuff.
Have a good one, guys.
For sure.
Thanks, Bernie.
Love y'all. Have a good night.
You crazy mother. Yeah.
It's just Bernie.